Hi T-Nation, Tom Morrison here, and do you find when you're squatting that your hips are shifting over to one side on you? Do you feel like you're driving through one leg more than the other, or are you getting knee pain or back pain after your lifting sessions? Film yourself from the back angle and see what you actually look like. So we're getting Jenny to exaggerate here for me, first of all, to see, what you're kind of looking for, but it can be a lot more subtle than this. If you're seeing a shift for the hips, if we get Jenny to re-rack the bar, it could actually be that there's something wrong with how your hips rotate. So as you're going down into the squat, your hips need to be able to rotate as you're going down. If you're limited on one side more than the other, this is the stuff that you're going to start to see. And if you jump on resistance bands exercises and muscle corrective exercises too quick, you might actually be missing that it's a joint movement problem rather than a muscle activation problem. So a test that we're going to use is a position called the 90-90. What Jenny has done here, in her right leg, it is externally rotated, and in her back leg, she's internally rotated. So she's looking for the shins to be at a 90-degree angle, and the hips to be like that as well. And then she sees, can she sit up in that position unassisted, and can she turn her hands to point towards each knee. So there's the front knee, and then she turns her body to go to the back knee without falling over, and then she tests that on both sides. What is really common to see with people that are struggling with this exercise or struggling with the hip shift is that they'll do one side and it'll be relatively okay. And then if Jenny can demonstrate someone falling over for me, what you'll see is they'll maybe not even be able to take their hand off the ground to sit up at all. Or if they can kind of get off the ground, there's a significant lean. And as soon as they tried to change anything with their upper body, they would just fall over. For me personally, years ago, this was one for me that I couldn't sit up at all. I just coped completely and my hips went into mad cramps as well. So definitely something that you want to work on. So the nice thing is about the 90-90 test is that to improve that test, you just work on the 90-90. You just free the parameters a little bit. So the full test variation is that upright torso and being able to turn the hands, and that shows you've got good external rotation, good internal rotation, and when you swap that around, you're testing the other side hips, okay? So what we can start to do from there is bring the angles in a bit closer. So Jenny can bring her feet in a little bit more and have her hands on the ground and use that to help keep her more upright. From there, she can just start to change to the other side as well. She can just rotate the hips. Simply just by rotating and changing sides, you're already starting to work on it. If you're finding one side way tighter than the other, spend way more time on that side. Watch TV while you're doing it. Just get as much time in the position as possible. It will ease with practice. Other things you can start to do as well is go back to the more right angle position and start to just lean her torso into different positions. Even walk her hands around and just really get the hips opened up as much as she can. If you're to start feeling like you're going to cramp or seize up, just lean back, take yourself out of it for a second, and rock everything off, and just get straight back into it again whenever the cramps start to go away. So it's just almost like the muscles are trying to learn what to do in those positions. Do this until you find made an improvement on it every time you're doing it, and also then bring it back into your squat. So you want to implement the improved mobility in your hips into how you squat as well. So film yourself again, get into your squats and move nice and slowly. So the way to improve your 90-90 is to spend more time in your 90-90 and just free it up and move around the position. Okay guys?